Drake is a horrible friend to Lil Yachty. Drake owes Lil Yachty a lot when it comes to the last several projects that have been released by Drizzle Cake, with contributions that are rarely discussed on projects like Certified Lover Boy, Her Lost Project.
Major distribution label on my dick for real. Side boys told us 70, I'm ready to die. He ain't know how we cha-cha slide.
And for all the Chihuahuas.
I remember, didn't have no hoes trying to go. And crib I got now made me think of when I had this don't feel like home anymore.
Don't forget Scary Hours 3.
Look, the most decorated, competition decimated. Niggas got you to the spot, and then you separated.
With some very notable tracks off each project having claim to Yachty's pen. And I'll be honest, I never expected Yachty in hip-hop today, especially if I go back when he had that collaboration with Shelly, formerly known as Drum back then, with their hot single, Broccoli.
I'm beyond all that fuck shit.
$30,000 to get free when I spend like 10 G's.
Clearly, they were way beyond that fuck shit because they're still here in 2024, now looked at as musical talents within their own right. Now I'm realizing that Yachty has a blueprint that he set up for younger generation of hip hop artists who are coming in the game looking to him as one of the best creatives in hip hop. Again, he's a big part of Drake's catalog for the last 4 or 5 years. You also needed Lil Yachty to help you with finishing an album like Scary Hours 3, that same project that you released when people said you weren't rapping enough on All the Puppies.
Look, all the ladies wondering why they can't rap like that same old guy. I don't know how anymore. Don't know how.
They didn't tell you to get a ghostwriter to prove that you can rap, buddy. That's stupid as fuck. It's just Drake being Drake though, you know? How do you allow Yachty to write on some of the biggest songs for the one album that people can say you gave a good project in the last 4 or 5 years? Most importantly, Jumbotron shit poppin', literally a copy and paste, like a hot pocket.
Was too sipped out, he ain't need a bed.
I said so much last time, it's hard to leave the bed.
If I tell this bitch to pull her, she gon' moped.
If I tell this bitch to pull up, she gon' moped it.
What?
My doggy don't smoke on shit unless it's unleaded.
My doggy don't smoke on shit unless it's unlit.
I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
And on top of that, this is the video. Drake is rocking some nice chains. Those chains look like Pharrell's chains, right? Oh, but they were. Oh yeah, he burned those chains because he's so petty and he can't stand Pusha T for making him a father, a good one, and he can't stand Pharrell because he never gave him a beat. I'm sorry that you couldn't get a beat from Pharrell, but why would you burn history? You wear a shirt that says rap is a joke, but no, sir, you're the joke. You would think he would embrace Yachty more over an OVO Academics because, you know, at the end of the day, he can get more collaborations from Yachty. And also maybe you could help contribute to Yachty's project and maybe get on a song for him. But of course, that didn't happen because, you know, Colony got in his Christopher Columbus bag and said, you know what, no, Yachty, I'm just going to take Super Soak from you because, you know, it's me, Drake, so you get nothing and I get your whole song, Super Squirt, but don't worry because we're still friends. And can I take your swag too?
Super Soak track is coming out. Music video included. One caveat. There's no Lil Yachty on it. Confusing because it was Yachty's song initially. For it to be on Yachty's Concrete project.
So we have to talk about why Lil Yachty should separate himself from Drizzle Cake so he can get the respect and the love that he deserves from his peers and fans of hip-hop. Drake fans disrespecting Yachty's contribution. Not only does Drake not have respect for Yachty's contribution, but the fans of Drake also don't respect Yachty. The disrespect that Yachty gets from Drake fans is unacceptable. These fans are literally the worst. And most importantly, with the song Super Soak, I can't tell you how many comments I saw on the YouTube streets where 69 hoes are in the comment section just trashing Yachty and his verse saying it was the worst thing that they heard from Yachty. Drake is literally saving Super Soak. Like, are you kidding me right now? If those songs are written and creatively put out by Yachty, how does it make it a great song just because Drake's voice is on it? With some Computer Love auto-tune, No Zap and Roger. And you think it's the #1 hit just because of that? Again, I understand that Drake has that voice like a baby for all his fans where they like to whack off to it, but Drake's voice is not that precious, I promise you. He ain't flying like a bird like Mimi, so it's just a standard voice. It's clear that these fans do not have any respect towards Yachty. If they don't respect him enough to appreciate what he has done for Drake's career and acknowledge it, then why would Yachty want to be placed in that position? With his own projects that he has been dropping, he has been improving and improving as an artist, but he does not get that credit, in my opinion, because he is so focused on being the Scottie Pippen of ghostwriting for the OVO sweatshop. His main employer is Drizzle Cake. He is definitely your culture vulture. Being held back as a music creative, it's very clear that Yachty has an ear for talent, especially with the up-and-coming hip-hop artists in the younger generation. And now with Coach P and K giving Yachty a huge opportunity with his own label, Concrete Records, under quality control, he is now able to sign artists of his own. Because QC even knows that Yachty has that ear for music, especially in that 21 to 25 age demographic, maybe even a little younger, but keep Drake away, please. And he has relevancy right now in hip hop. He's giving way too much of his relevancy to Drizzle Cake. If Drake cannot make these projects like For All the Puppies and Her Loss without Yachty's help, it really shows that Drake has lost that Midas touch that he once had in 2009, 10, 11. It's time that Drake gets called out for not being creative and giving his fans true art and actual creative music that they can enjoy and say it's different from the rest of the pack. Yachty is the actual creative behind Drake's music for the last 5 years. And with him having his own record label, I think it's crucial for him to separate from Drizzle Cake, especially if Yachty has more potential being a music executive, A&R, focusing on his own artists, not just by writing for Drake or other popular artists that are outside of his record label. He should be focusing on his own record label. And to be real, how can you be when you're writing this much for the biggest artist, or I should say the biggest entertainer slash actor in rap history? A more notable artist, in my opinion, that does a great job with supporting his artists while he is also an artist is Travis Scott.
It's way too late, pick a side. Young nigga win, 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 win. How can I lose?
Sheck West had an amazing run when he started off with Travis Scott. And even though Sheck West is not at the same height that he was when it comes to stardom and fame, Travis did everything he could as an executive to help his artist Sheck West get to a point where he has a cult fan base to this day where he can still sell out shows out of the country, and an artist like Don Toliver, where he has a bigger fan base than Sheck West and a somewhat bigger cult following. Travis made sure to put them a part of the movement and really get them out there, their name, the branding, the marketing. This is a lane that I can easily see Yachty being in. When you have at least 6, 7, 8 songs on an album that you're executive producing, when you're literally just writing the songs and creating the vision for Drizzle Cake, you deserve to have your own A&R situation with QC or even with Drake's label. You do not need to be focusing solely on Drake, uplifting an artist who does not care about you or your music career. As long as you're feeding him the music, he gonna love you and hug you and tell you you're pretty with your nail polish. If he was more consistent, moving away from Drizzle Cake and focusing on his own endeavors, we would be looking at Lil Yachty in such a higher regard than the way that we look at him now, which is just an OVO affiliate. But at the end of the day, artists like Lil Yachty have been holding you down, saving your sinking Titanic ship. You should be thanking Jack. Enough of your bullshit, Rose Graham.
There's a boat. Come back! Come back!
Can anyone hear me?
Thank you all so much for watching this video. Please let me know what your thoughts are below and let me know what you think of Lil Yachty. Should he stay with Drake? Should they make a collaboration album, make an EP? If you're a Drake fan, I'm sure you'll say, well, yeah, it will help Drizzle Cake. But if you're a fan like me, I would say, hell no, that Lil Yachty should know his worth. But that's just me. Okay, enough of my stuff and going down the rabbit hole. Thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing day and go be amazing.